Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at your unique qualities. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 piles to choose from. So for pile number 1, we have rose quartz. By the way, if you hear background noises, they're fixing something next door. Sorry about that. And we have the card home. For pile number 2, we have green opal. And we have the card new blueprints. And for pile number 3, we have carnelian. And we have the sacral chakra. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this rose quartz crystal in the card home, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your unique qualities. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's go ahead and add your cards. So spirit guides on my pile number 1. Spirit guides on my pile number 1s. Their unique qualities, please. Oh my gosh, so many cards. I'm just going to take 2 that fell out first and then keep the rest as extra information on the side of my desk. We have Star Bathing with Light Body Crystal Grid Transmission and Activation. We have Earth School with Life Lessons, Soul Growth, Study, Higher Learning. Their unique qualities, please, spirit guides of pile number 1s. We have Larimar, Neptune, and Perspective, card 22. Their unique qualities, please. We have Smoky Amazonite, Regular Star, and Abundance, card 17. I think I see where this reading is going, kind of. Let's now get your tarot cards. So spirit guides of pile number 1s. Spirit guides of pile number 1s. Their unique qualities, please. Their unique qualities. Their unique qualities. Okay, so we do have Justice at the back of the deck. So the first card we have is Judgment. We have the King of Cups. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the Fool. We have the King of Wands. And we have the 6 of Cups. And we do have a bunch of extra cards that I'm just going to put to the side for now. Okay, so my pile number 1s, your unique qualities. Firstly, I'm seeing that a lot of people find you quite eccentric, find you to be very free-spirited. And I think that eccentric quality makes you stand out in a way. You're giving me this very adventurous vibe, you know, like an adventurous vibe towards life. Looking at life from the eyes of passion and from the eyes of color. Even with this peacock here in the King of Wands, you know, you do really stand out in a way with your uniqueness. Where people feel as though they've never ever met anyone like you. There's also something about you having unique talents and gifts, 11:33 on the clock. And also a unique hair, like something about your hair is very unique, or your physical appearance. You know, like you have that type of unique face that not many people see. Like unique features to your physical appearance. And certain things you're talented at or passionate about or gifted with. Not a lot of people do things like that, but you are that one unique person that does that thing, that's passionate at that thing. It could be different for all of you. Where not many people are into that, but you are so good at it. You're so talented and you have a lot of knowledge on that, but passion towards that too. And I feel like what really makes you unique as well is your depth. I feel like you have this intense love to give, not in a bad way, in a very amazing way. And a lot of people see your unique qualities in you. Like, even when you're just walking around in public, people can see your uniqueness. Everyone notices this about you. Not just what I'm mentioning here, but like everyone notices. Look at all the eyes here. So I feel like in the beginning of your life, if people have treated you differently because of your uniqueness, that could be showing up here, where maybe you felt as though you were left out, or maybe you felt as though you didn't quite fit in with everybody else around you in society. I feel like you've had a very hard life, or you've gone through a lot of life lessons in your journey that haven't exactly been easy. And they're very hard to talk about. With judgment here, I'm kind of getting the energy of breaking ancestral cycles. So there's something here about your ancestors coming through and them also feeling as though they were very unique on your mother's side. Or I'm just feeling a lot of feminine ancestors come through where they were very unique in their lifetimes and they felt as though they had to hide it to fit in. And there's something about you learning the lesson to not dim your light to fit in. Because I did notice at the back of the deck, like here, the Eight of Cups was popping out with a star. So there's something here about you letting go of this need to fit in, or letting go of the need to have people around you that like you. If you have to water yourself down, or if you have to make yourself seem a certain way for them to like you or recognize you, because I feel like there's something here about people not treating you different because they don't like you. But I feel like because you're so unique, because you're so different, because you're so eccentric, because you're so passionate and such a loving person, there's something about you that shines bright. There's something about you that intimidates others, even from a young age. Okay, and I feel like people see your uniqueness, people see your depth, people see how talented you are. Even from a young age, people could see your potential in certain things. Like, people see you as having even like a unique smartness, a unique intelligence to you, or a unique wisdom. Okay, and I feel like some of these people treated you differently because they didn't want you to grow into that potential, and they were intimidated by you. They saw your strength before you saw it yourself. Okay, so I just want to mention that here. So your ancestors are letting me know you're breaking that cycle of feeling the need to fit in, because you're meant to stand out, you're meant to shine as your unique, authentic self with the star here. You have a lot of star qualities that people see within you, whether you see them in yourself or not. And those star qualities are incredibly unique and will be celebrated later on in your life as you are recognized in different areas of your life. And this, it's like, I feel some jealousy here because you shine so bright from a young age. Maybe even from people that were older than you, where it's like, when you see someone doing really well, and then that person like there wants to humble them because they see them doing really well. I'm getting that type of energy, because even here she's wearing a crown. So it's like people almost are trying to take the crown off your head, knock the crown off your head, and make you believe that you never even had a crown on in the first place. That's kind of like the energy I'm getting here. So your uniqueness intimidates people. Your passion for life and optimism for life intimidates people, creates jealousy in people. But I feel like that's because maybe they feel as though they had to. It's giving me this vibe of like certain people in the world feeling as though they are unique, feeling as though they have something they like, but then since you're freely being yourself and they have to dim themselves to fit in, or they have to water themselves to fit in, or make themselves seem different to fit in with society, it's like they become very jealous of you. And it's like this whole cycle that goes on where people aren't learning this lesson in society, and it's a kind of like collective thing I'm picking up here with judgment, collective ancestors. So, since you're so free spirited, since you're someone unlike anyone they've ever seen before, since you have so many unique strengths and abilities and gifts and talents, I feel like that definitely intimidates some, and people could see you getting abundance for that or success from that with this card. And regular star is Leo energy, but it's also the energy of the dragon. So there's something about you being so powerful. You have a unique power to you, but people see it, and I don't think you're that type of person that even cares about power, but you are a powerful and strong person. Does that make sense? So there's something about that coming through, and because you're someone that isn't necessarily materialistic or caring too much about that, like you could care about stability and having that, but I don't feel like you're a materialistic person, and that could also make you unique in some way. I feel like the way you love is so deep, so intense, so passionate. There's a lot of depth to it, and you bring joy to those around you. You bring passion to those around you. And you know how to make those around you feel safe, calm, at ease, how to balance and regulate the emotions of others around you through your words, through your actions. You have a very healing energy. And I feel like you are a lesson to others as well that need to step into their authentic self image in the public eye, where you sort of activate something within them too, with activation here. And I guess you're a lesson to them. So with Neptune here, you're someone very dreamy. You have that unique quality of being someone very dreamy, someone very connected to the spiritual realms with the star card. You know, you may even pull creative ideas from those higher realms to Earth. Like some of you may be creative, like may paint, may like to write or draw, or like play piano or musical instruments or bake or like do your makeup, fashion, things like that. There's something about creative ideas coming through here, and you pulling those ideas from those higher realms. I also feel like you're a big dreamer, and you're not afraid to take leaps of faith and put yourself out there and be bold. And something about that courageousness makes you so unique to others because you really follow your heart, you really follow your dreams and desires. You're a heavy dreamer, like a big dreamer, but may even be someone that is very connected to the spiritual realms, has, a great imagination, I'm getting. So you are unique in the sense that you have the best of both worlds, and the fact that you can be very logical and smart in terms of book smart, but then you can also be very wise and intuitive and have a very vast imagination. You think outside of the box. And it gives me that vibe like you can take really big risks in your lifetime. Also, what makes you really unique is you see things from a very different perspective than most. You see things from a very optimistic and passionate perspective. You know, you see the light within others. You see things with the lens and the perspective of love, whereas some may see with the lens of negativity and try to find negativity and something wrong within everything they see, whereas you see everything with abundance and possibility, and you have this very carefree energy that is very unique. But also, I feel like you see things in a higher perspective than most. I feel like you're very connected to your higher self. Your higher self sends you messages through ideas, through your dreams, through things you want to do, things you want to follow. And I also feel what also makes you unique is you're able to take the hardships you've gone through, heal from it, let go of the past, learn the lesson from it, let it go, and move to something new. Move to a new beginning that's much brighter. Some may hold on to their pain, but you don't do that. You have the courage to actually heal yourself and actually look within. And also what makes you unique is your honesty, your integrity. So before we go ahead and look at the rest of your cards that we have, I do have a small favor to ask from you, pile number ones. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I posted or you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. I feel like you're a soft and gentle soul, and you have a depth to the way that you love. You love in a very deep and genuine way, and that makes you so unique. We have the World. We have the Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So what makes you unique is the fact that you've had certain karmic connections in your life. I'm now looking at those extra cards that came out, and karmic connections is one of them. And I feel like that belongs here with the Seven of Swords, where you've maybe had people treat you differently. I just saw your spirit guide fly past me. Like, I see sometimes sparkles in the day as energy. So that's confirmation. Maybe you've just had people treat you badly for no reason, or you've just not had the best connections, like starting your life. But there's something about you learning from that, because this card fell out with it when I picked it up now. It says, learning how to be human in the world, not of it. You may have had people make you feel as if you don't belong here, as if you are a quote-unquote outcast, but you're not. Like I said, you're unique, you're different, you're meant to shine with that. And like I said, a lot of people may be intimidated and jealous of your uniqueness, of your ability to stand out, of your potential that they already see, but you may not have seen before, of the power you have, but you may not have seen that power and strength within you. What also makes you unique is the fact that you're able to be so compassionate and empathetic towards others with your connections, even those that have hurt you. Not many people are able to look at another person that has hurt us and still have compassion for them, and maybe even reach forgiveness for some of you, where it's like, I'm not telling you to forgive, but I'm just reading the energy, where it's like maybe you see the pain within them that caused them to act that way towards you, and not many people can look at things from a high perspective like that. That's why I say your higher self is very much around you. And I feel like you even feel sorry and compassionate for those that have hurt you, where you don't even want to hurt them or get vengeance. And even if sometimes you do feel angry as you're healing, you don't necessarily act on that anger. You're a very free-spirited person. You can take risks, you can take leaps of faith, but you also know how to have self-control. You don't let your emotions get the better of you. You understand your emotions deeply. You understand other people's emotions deeply, yet you don't let it get the better of you. You don't react to situations in a way where you're not thinking first. So you have emotional intelligence, even though you feel things on such a deep level. That makes you very unique. But also, like I said, how you're able to heal from that pain. How you're able to look at your past, see the things you went through, but look towards the future in terms of the hope and the faith of what you do actually want, and not let your past determine your future. That makes you unique. Your mindset makes you unique. The way you think, the way you see things. And you're not afraid to go towards your dreams, towards the future you want. You don't let the past hold you back in any way. And that is a very unique trait to have. Because even I've noticed sometimes I've let my past hold me back. So that is very unique. And when you really want something, you're consistent as you go through it. You're patient as you wait for it to come into fruition. And you really take action. Your achievements in this lifetime are going to be from your uniqueness. I feel like you're also able to be compassionate towards others and understand their feelings and tell them exactly what they need to hear, or listen to them, be there for them. That's very unique to have that type of empathy for others. So we have all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. What makes you unique is the fact that you're able to look within, be like, okay, I really dream of becoming this type of person. You're not looking outside of you for those answers, but you're turning your gaze within. And because your heart tells you you want something, you go after it. You don't look around to see what other people are doing first. We have the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. I feel like you've had an awakening that has activated self-love within you after all these hardships. That has activated this energy within you where you learn to see it like, I love me and I'm going to be me in the world, and I'm not going to live a life where I can't be myself. And if people don't like that, then they're not meant to be around me. And because you are integrating these lessons and knowledge from this healing journey that you've been on, you're coming back home to yourself, back to self-love. And because of that, you are also activating that wisdom within others by just being you. You're leading by example, where others learn from you. And because of this, because of these realizations, you're going to find that your relationships are really going to flourish, if not already. Because the Ten of Cups here signifies that emotional fulfillment in your connections and letting go of those past connections that didn't serve you with the world. Okay, and then lastly, love that, the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. So now you're letting yourself be seen for all that your uniqueness is, for all that your beautiful uniqueness is, and you're so multifaceted, you're so unique, and you're courageous enough to let that be seen now, even if you are still learning to. So this is what I have for you, Pile 1. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my Pile number 2s. If you chose the green opal crystal and the card New Blueprints, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your unique qualities. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Straight away as I tap into your energies, there's a strong throat chakra healing happening within this lifetime. We'll see what that is more about, but intuitively, I feel what this mostly has to do with is letting yourself express your true self. And as I say that, I notice it is kind of clearing the energy, because it's not necessarily a throat chakra blockage. I don't like to use that word. Sometimes this happens when we want to express ourselves, but then we don't. Like, let's say we want to say something and then we not end up not saying it because what if like people think we're weird or like awkward, or like what are they gonna think? Or sometimes it also has to do with expressing ourselves. Like, let's say we want to wear something and we end up choosing to not wear it and, like dress down in a way, or dress in something where other people won't look at us as much, or something along those lines. Or let's say we want to do something incredibly unique where we maybe even have a passion towards it or something like that. And then it's like, maybe it's not something that's popular in society, so then we feel like we can't. I don't know, like if you resonate with that, but that's kind of what I'm getting there. We'll see more into the energies, but I feel like you are out of this world. As I tap into your energy with new blueprints here, I'm kind of getting here that you have a very unique soul blueprint. And I also feel the solar plexus energies and sacral chakra energies as I say that, in which maybe you felt like you didn't truly belong here on earth. Maybe you felt like you didn't truly feel like you were understood by other human beings. Maybe you felt incredibly misunderstood, or like other people just don't get you, and like you just don't get humans. This may be my pile of star seeds, mystics, sages, intuitives, earth angels, cosmic energies. Like, you're not from here. You give me this vibe like you're out of this world. You're from a different dimension, different planet, different timeline, another realm, like incarnating here on earth to bring your light here, to bring a new blueprint here, to bring something new that the earth has never experienced before. And your pile is taking me back to this quote of something along the lines, I don't remember the quote exactly, but it's like something along the lines of, if you're unique and if you're different to others, you're not meant to become like others. You're meant to bring something new to the earth. You're meant to change the earth in some way. And I feel that energy of that quote with your pile, where maybe you felt like you didn't quite fit in any kind of group, like very much like different to everyone. Even when you spoke, like even when you tried to be quote unquote normal. I say quote unquote because there's no such thing as normal. It's like people could hear through, like when you speak, like you're very different from others. People could feel it in your energy. And there's something about learning to transform the self-expression, blooming within this place of knowing you're worthy of the same exact love. You're worthy of feeling seen. You're worthy of everything you want. You're worthy of having beautiful friendships and having people around you that love you for you, that understand you, that aren't misunderstanding you. You are worthy of feeling like you belong in this world, feeling like you have a place in this world. And I feel like you are going to create that space for yourself where you belong. And as you shine, naturally you will attract others like you that also feel different, that also feel unique, that also feel like a quote unquote outcast is the word I'm hearing. I'm not saying this to be rude, like I'm hearing it. And I feel like I resonate with this pile a lot. I've often felt like I'm an alien here on Earth. Like people just don't get me. And it's taking me back to that song by Erykah Badu, where she says something like, I just want to get the exact lyrics. It's called And On by Erykah Badu, and as I say that, I feel like a light energy going to my third eye chakra that feels very comforting, where she says something like a supernova star, she be the light when they're in the dark. And then she says something like, what good do your words do if they can't understand you? Don't go talking that shit, Badu. So She says she's a Pisces and all those things, and I just saw 555. So yeah, maybe there's this feeling like this is gonna change for you, or you're going to change the world in some way with your voice, with your self-expression. You may even encourage others, not intentionally, but by you just being yourself in the world and by learning to express yourself and feel free in a way where, like, I'm looking at the butterfly and I feel the sense of freedom. Like, I'm just being myself. And I'm almost seeing, like, into this energy of spirit saying, who the F cares? Like, we only live on this earth for how many years? I don't know. Maybe 90, 100 if we're lucky, 80. Like, who's going to remember us, like, as a stranger doing something we loved? Like, who's going to remember, like, strangers, are they going to remember us wearing an outfit we really liked 10 years later? No, like, it's giving me that vibe. So I feel like eventually you're going to come to this place where you rise above this like a phoenix and you soar above this and you are able to truly express yourself the way you want and feel free within that. Speak the way you want. Be yourself. Express yourself in the way you want. But then I also feel this balance here where it's like you're also realizing who we can express ourselves fully in front of and not feel judged, and who I'm not saying tone it down, like, or water ourselves down. What I'm trying to say here is, like, we notice who we feel judged around, who we don't feel free around, who we don't feel like we can be our full selves around. Because, like, some people we just can't cut out of our lives. Like, sometimes it's our own family that judges us and makes us feel like we can't be ourselves. Sometimes it's situations like that. And then we just have to spend less time with them and spend more time with people that we do feel free with, that we do feel like we can be ourselves with. I'm going on a whole rant here, but I felt the energy so strongly from your pile by reading this energy intuitively through the feelings and through, like, this inner knowing that I just had to give that message. So let's go ahead and pull your cards now. So I was actually guided to do this reading from Spirit, and I'm really glad I did, because I think it's even helping me. So Spirit guides of pile 2. Their unique qualities, please. So we have Inner Earth with You'll Survive This, New Solutions and Beginnings. Wait, it's not yet time, things are being woven. Activated Earth, Power Places, Lee Lines, Trust Where You're Led. And your spirit guides are coming through and saying that you are going to learn to be in the space where you are unapologetically yourself. You're getting there. You're blooming. Just like a flower doesn't bloom in one day and Rome wasn't built in one day, you're getting there. That's what I feel the message is. Okay, we have Solar Plexus, Chakra, Tangerine Quartz, and Shakti, card 5. So you're opening up your solar plexus and throat chakra for self-expression. And we have Red Jasper, Etman Star, and Conviction, card 25. So I'm noticing we have 5-5 here. So something's going to change for you in this lifetime where you become more comfortable with being your true self in the world, with being your unique and authentic self. I feel like people have always seen your uniqueness, even since a young age, because, like, I'm seeing tea parties as a kid, or like a kid playing in this and building a sandcastle, or like playing at a playground. Like, I feel like people could see your uniqueness in you since a young age, and they couldn't quite put their finger on what it was. And even as I'm doing your reading, I know you're unique. I know that you have this incredibly unique soul that not many people meet someone like you Like you're very different to the souls on earth. You have a different blueprint energetically, a different soul origin that you may have felt out of place, but not quite know why. Spirit is explaining it to me like this. Think of this like you're from somewhere else if you believe in starseeds, or maybe you were an angel, you come from the angelic realms, or maybe you were a starseed, or maybe you come from a completely different dimension and chose to incarnate on Earth to help the Earth in some way, to activate a new blueprint on Earth here and bring a different light to Earth. But it's like Spirit is showing me, right, like an alien coming to Earth, trying to like put on a meat suit that almost looks human, and then like acting like a human, but then everybody can see like, is this person really a human or not? Maybe they don't think that in their mind, but like people can feel like this alien slash human is a little bit different, but they don't know what to put their finger on. Or like Spirit is showing me like moving from a completely different country to this country where people are completely different and feeling out of place. It's kind of like that, how Spirit is describing it. 6 of Wands. Maybe some of you have actually immigrated from a different place or moved from a different country or place. 3 of Cups. 7 of Wands. Maybe some of you have felt out of place in your hometown. Like everybody is sort of the same there, similar there, but you're that one person that stands out. I'm hearing like a needle in the haystack. I don't know what that means, but I'm hearing that. We have the Chariot. I'm laughing because I don't know what it means, not because I'm laughing at you. Sorry, pile 3, pile 2. Okay, the Chariot, the Hangman in the reverse, the 10 of Swords, the World, and then we have a bunch of extra cards. I just saw the number 333. So my pile number 2s, before we get into your cards, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted, or you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. Okay, if you hear noises in the background, I apologize in advance. People are fixing things next door all day. So, there's something here about your mysticalness, your out of this world quality that makes you so unique. I feel like you're so intuitive, you're so cosmic in some way. And Spirit is taking me back to that song I mentioned with Erykah Badu. She's been popping up a lot in my readings lately, her songs. But I'm looking at the 6 of Wands here and how this person is shining in the limelight and how people are cheering her on. But then in this 7 of Wands, people are attacking her because she shines so bright, because she's in the spotlight, where she has to almost defend herself. So this kind of gives me this energy here of like, even from a young age, people have seen how much you shine, and people have treated you maybe differently, or maybe you kind of felt out of place. Even if they didn't treat you differently, maybe people just kind of like felt intimidated by how much you shine, by how unique you are, by how different you are. Like you stand out with your uniqueness. It makes you stand out in some way. It makes you likable in some way. And yeah, people haven't ever met anyone like you, but they can't necessarily put their finger on what it is. And you're so powerful, but others have seen your power, whereas you may not have seen it from that young age. But I feel with the Hangman in reverse, things are changing now where you're starting to see it, where you're starting to let go of projections of others, where you're starting to shine as you are. With the solar plexus chakra, realize how worthy you are of standing out. And I feel like maybe in your younger years, you were very confident in yourself, you expressed yourself, and maybe people around you told you to like not be too much, or to dim yourself, or to make yourself smaller, to be liked by others. Or maybe this just felt like the energy of what you had to do to sort of fit in and survive. And Spirit has taken me back to how, as humans, need to feel the need to fit in, because our ancestors were in like tribes and things like that. And so if someone was different or unique, they had a chance of being outcasted. So it's like in our DNA to sort of feel that way. So I don't know. Ancestors are coming up quite strongly within both piles, even pile one. So I feel like this is something that the collective of Earth is learning right now, where certain souls like you that are not from here have incarnated in this timeline at this time to help change things here in this collective of Earth. Because I feel in this collective of Earth, there needs to be change, is what I'm seeing. Like things need to change. The ancestors of Earth, I don't want to get too deep, but the ancestors of Earth want things to change, want certain cycles to be broken with the world. And I feel like people were very intimidated by your uniqueness, maybe even tried to make you feel bad for it, or tried to make you feel like you were too much. And I don't even feel like it's something specific about your personality, but just your whole soul, your whole vibe, your whole aura. And I feel like you're learning to feel like you belong on Earth, because you do belong here. It's taking me back to something, a kind of like conversation I had with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. I won't explain it too long, but what she basically told me, I feel like I'm part of this pile. I was like talking to the Earth and saying like, why am I here? I feel like I don't belong. I feel like I feel like I'm not meant to be here. I feel like I'm meant to be in outer space or something. And then she told me, you do belong here because you chose to be here. You chose to incarnate on this earth. And I'm not saying everybody chose to do that, because I don't know. But she told me that, and she was like, you do belong here on this earth, and you're meant to experience life on earth and meant to feel like you belong here on earth. And I had that kind of like conversation and encounters with her many times in this lifetime. So I feel like you're learning to feel as though you belong on earth again. And yeah, that's kind of like the message I'm feeling here. But I guess it takes time and patience to really create a place here for yourself where you do feel like you belong. This reading wasn't what I expected. I expected to get like traits and qualities about you, personality traits that make you unique, but I'm not getting that for you, more so like advice. So sometimes the readings don't go how we expect. King of Pentacles. I feel like you're a healer. I'm hearing crystal grid transmission. You're here to bring your energy to earth, your light to earth, and bring and pull people out of darkness and suffering. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you watching actually have YouTube channels where you're like tarot readers, or some here could be Reiki healers or doctors or things like that, because I feel like you're either in service of the collective or you're doing something within your career. You have a very big purpose within this lifetime to spread light to others, to shine bright in some way. And you are going to create a lot of success and material abundance from that. And I don't feel like you really care about the material aspect too much, but more so helping people. And that's why you're chosen to do that. Because I feel like you're learning to become more grounded and learning to become a human here on earth. and feel free and feel like you can shine while you transform yourself and transform the world around you. Nine of Swords. Page of Cups. And even if it's not like healers here, like some could be artists, for example. Like let's say you're an artist and you paint. Let's say you're creative and you paint and things like that. And your healing energy goes into your art. I said heart. Art, but maybe it goes into people's hearts. Or I felt the throat chakra energies again. So maybe some here would love to sing, would love to release music, but maybe feel a little bit shy to, or a little bit scared to take that leap of faith. There's something you wish to do for a lot here, where you want to put yourself out there, but some are still like in that stage of like, I don't know yet with the Nine of Swords. Like, I have this idea with the Page of Cups, this dream, this kind of like feeling of I want to go here with the Nine of Cups, but I'm not sure yet. Like, I'm doubting it. So if you do have something you feel called to do, you're being encouraged by your spirit guides, by your ancestors to go after that wish and dream, because you're meant to go after it. Seven of Swords reverse, and keeping yourself stuck in this fear is only going to limit you. And you can take it in baby steps. You can take small little steps towards it. You don't have to take big leaps. Do what you're comfortable with. But I know it can be difficult putting yourself out there in a big way. Even when I started this channel, it was like a very huge thing. So take small steps towards it. Baby steps is what I'm hearing. King of Cups. Death and rebirth. And I feel like a lot of you know you're meant to be doing something important, that you have a big purpose. And I feel like that big purpose is too what makes you unique. Like you're just so out of this world that it's not even just like one personality traits or 3-5 different personality traits. It's like everything about you, your soul, is unique. Seven of Cups. Ace of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. 5 of Wands. Yeah, like you have people being jealous of you because they wish they were as gifted as you. And I feel like you're meant to rebirth in this lifetime. You're meant to find your strength and power and mental resilience, where you no longer let your mind give you fear. And I know that's easier said than done because I have a lot of fear and anxiety too. But it's like you're going to be tapping into the state of courage with the King of Wands, where you're able to put yourself out there. We have the 4 of Swords, the 8 of Swords. So I feel like you're coming to this place where you're learning to feel safe in this world, where you're learning to feel at home, comfort in this world, at ease, where you have once not felt that way. The Hermit and the Sun. So I feel like a lot of this is about you going on this internal journey to finding yourself and shining out in the world bright, unapologetically. And the more you understand yourself, the more you're going to feel less of the need to have other people understand you. Because you're going to be courageously putting yourself out there in the world. And what people do with that is up to them and their free will. You're going to come to this place where you completely believe in yourself, where you completely trust in yourself, where you're courageous, where you're brave, where you put yourself out there in the world. And I want to say, if this journey feels lonely right now with the Hermit, like you're taking this journey alone, know that when you shine bright like the sun, other people that are in this energy will find you, will see your authenticness. Like we can't ignore the sun here. You know, it's so bright. So other people are bound to see you. You know what I mean? And I feel like something here about letting yourself be seen for this. So I think this is where I'll leave your reading pile to. Not what I expected. Sorry about that. But yeah, this was your reading. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this Carnelian crystal and the Sacral Chakra with Core of Creation, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your unique qualities. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's go ahead and add all your cards. So Spirit Guides of pile 3, Spirit Guides of pile 3, their unique qualities. We have Spirit, Quartz, Chiron, and Healing, card 33. And we have Moss, Agate, Heart, Chakra, and Intention, card 4. You may have been drawn to pile 1 or come from pile 1. At the back of the deck, we do have the Herkimer Diamond with alignment. I love that. My pile 3's unique qualities, please, Spirit Guides. We have I Remember, Soul Plan, the Fated Life versus the Destiny Life. We have Cracked Open, Rock Bottom, Surrender to the Alchemy of Life. Okay, now let's take a look at your tarot cards. So I see Queen of Pentacles is popping out. Let me just cover this card. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, Spirit Guides of pile 3. Their unique qualities, please. We have the 9 of Cups. The 7 of Wands. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Hanged Man. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Temperance. And then I feel like we're going to have some extra cards. Okay, at the back of the deck we do have the 4 of Swords. So I'm just going to put these extra cards to the side and we'll look at them in a moment. So your unique qualities, pile 3. Intuitively, I feel you're a very multi-dimensional person. You have many different sides to you. You're not one to be put into a box. You are like a Rubik's Cube. You have many different layers to you. I want to say you are that type of person that has a vast personality, like the void. It's endless and there's many different sides and facets to your personality, where people may sometimes have felt it's hard to understand you or felt like you're so mysterious where they don't know if you're this or that, but you have a polarity to you where you can be this and that at the same time. Also, there's something very unique about your physical appearance. The sacral chakra can indicate a sensuality or a sexiness. So you could be having that type of unique sexiness to you. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. That there's something about your uniqueness that always grows more and more and more. In terms of the physical appearance, what I meant by that was like, for example, for me, I'm going to use myself as an example. I had a really curvy body, like even as a teenager, and only now, like, people like curvy bodies. Like a few years ago, now it's like something where people like it, but before they didn't like it. So I feel like there's something here about you having that unique sexiness to you that maybe not a lot of people have. Like, there's something unique about your body, or unique about your face or your hair or your smile, about your features that make you sexy in a way, but it's very unique where not many people have that quality. or look like you in that way. And the sacral chakra here tells me you also have a very unique way of expressing your emotions, because the sacral chakra does resonate with our emotions. Like, you are on a healing journey, and that is very unique in its own way, because a lot of people will try to ignore or sweep things under the rug in terms of things they're feeling. But you're not afraid to express what you're feeling. You're not afraid to be vulnerable and say, I'm feeling this. And as you're able to be real with yourself and say, I'm going through this, I'm really going through a hard time right now, you're able to surrender to that feeling, not push it away, but surrender to it until it completely transforms you, until you completely evolve. And because of this, you have evolved and grown so much. From this healing journey, you've shed layers and layers of skin, old skin that was not meant for you to wear anymore. And now you are shining through. I'm almost seeing a mental image of someone like having a gold. Like, this is not like a human thing, but like Spirit's just showing me this is a metaphor. Let's say we have a human that is completely unique, that has gold skin. And for many, many years, like, they never knew they had gold skin underneath their skin. But then when they started shedding layers and layers and layers of their skin, like, gold started popping through, and like, it's giving me that type of vibe, like underneath these layers of skin are gold, metaphorically. I don't know if that even makes sense, but that's what Spirit's showing. And anyways, here, I feel like there's something about you finding the wisdom through the healing journey, you growing and expanding, and maybe even being someone incredibly spiritual here with I Remember. Believing in fate, believing in destiny, believing in the soul plan that your spirit guides, that your higher self has for you, that God has for you, the universe. And I feel like you're not afraid to balance out your shadows and light. As I look at the darkness around the sun in the sacral chakra and the snake around her in the Queen of Pentacles, she's not afraid of the snake. And this kind of scenery reminds me of like the Garden of Eden right now. But in this case, she's not afraid of the snake. And we may all have that inner snake, like, in movies and TV shows where they show an angel and devil on the shoulder. Like, we may all have our higher self and our shadow self, but you're not afraid of that part of you, because through that, you're able to find the transformation. That makes you pretty unique. Some here may be part of the LGBTQ plus community, because the sacral chakra can deal with our sensuality. Doesn't have to be for all, but some. There's also something about unique talents, unique creative gifts, creativity that makes you unique. You could be a very creative soul, a very passionate person that, like, you embody this energy of sunshine energy. You're a very optimistic person. You're like that sunshine to everyone around you. You bring joy to everyone around you that is in a dark place, and light to everyone around you that is in a dark place. And you truly have a heart of gold. That's what makes you so unique, because you care so deeply and so genuinely. Your uniqueness also comes from your heart, where like you are so nurturing, so humble as well at the same time, and you just want the best for everyone around you. Some of you could be very unique mothers or fathers, maybe not parents in the same way, with core of creation here. I'm thinking of how the sacral chakra is, like compared to a woman's womb space and children and things like that. So Some of you could have unique parenting styles, or could be unique in a way where maybe some of you choose to not have kids in this lifetime and have like pet babies or something like that. I'm seeing something along those lines for some here. Remember, this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate. And I feel like you see things in a much different perspective than most people. You see things in a very rational perspective. It's not like with the Queen of Pentacles, you can be rational and you can be grounded, but then at the same time you can be an optimist. With the Hangman and the Nine of Cups, Four of Wands. Maybe you're someone that believes dreams can come true, that believes wishes can come true, that believes, the celebrations that we want in life, God wants to give that to us, or the universe wants to give it to us. I feel like this pile is incredibly spiritual or religious. And maybe you believe that those wishes, those dreams can come true and that we are meant to experience that and celebrate that. Maybe you're someone that views life with incredible optimism. You are rational, you can think rationally. It's not in a way of like being naive, I want to say, but it's coming through as being an optimist. Before I read into the rest of your cards, pile 3, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted or you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? Your support means the world to me, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. So I feel like some of you have a very youthful look, where you look younger than people your age. I'm even seeing some that have children, and like your children's friends or people are like, think your siblings or something like that, or something about being different from people in our age group or being unique, like in a way that we don't completely act like them. So for some here, for example, you could be in your 20s and act a lot more mature than people your age. Or there's something here about some being a lot more like in their 30s or 40s, but you still are a lot more playful than people your age. Something about like being different to the age group you're in, to the people in the age group you're in. And I feel like you're also funny, like you have a unique sense of humor. You have a uniqueness through your playfulness. I feel like also what makes you unique is the love you have for others, in the sense of even strangers, like you always have good intentions towards others, whereas some people are a little bit more deceptive in nature, and you're not like that at all. Because you understand what it's like to be hurt like that, where you don't ever put that onto others. I felt it in the throat chakra, so maybe people have spoken to you in ways that were really hurtful that you had to heal from, and you don't speak to others like that. Ever. What also makes you extremely unique is like your talents and how you're able to really fight for the things you want in life with the Seven of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Like when you really want something, you have that go-getter attitude, that ambition, that drive, that passion to go towards something. And I feel like you're someone that dreams big. You are like flying in the sky whereas everybody else is walking. Like I'm kind of seeing that clairvoyantly. We have the Emperor. We have the Hierophant. We have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands energy, love that. 10 of Pentacles. You could even be different from the people in your family. You could have been like that one unique person in your family, or could have felt like sort of like the black sheep in your family, or like that one unique person that's very different to everyone else, the Magician. The Moon. The Chariot. Maybe there's something also about your career, what you do in your career that's very different from others. Like you could work in a career that's completely different to what other people do. If other people do a 9 to 5, maybe you're an artist. Like it's giving me that type of vibe. You don't have to be an artist, but that's what I mean here. 6 of Pentacles, the Strength card. Okay, you're very headstrong. There's this good type of stubbornness you have. Like, if someone says you can't do something, you're gonna be like, watch me and I'll prove it. It's a good type of stubbornness, like where you really set your mind to something and you can achieve it. And you're gonna go the extra mile, even if it means putting in more effort and more of your strength and capabilities towards that. You have a lot of strengths that are unique in some way, a lot of talents that are unique, and you're such a giver, and that makes you so unique. But you also are someone that believes that you can create the life you want to live. You are master manifestors, pile 3, and in your energy, that is very unique because some people, maybe it takes years to manifest something, whereas you can manifest something very quickly. Also, your warmth and passion towards life, your kind of like happy-go-lucky energy is something that makes you very unique. You're very intuitive, I hear, for some. And I feel like your uniqueness makes you stand out, makes you one of a kind. I feel like you're a trendsetter. You're someone very innovative. You're here to bring newness, pave a new path, set something new alight. I don't know, like that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Spirit is almost showing the volcano in the background of the Queen of Wands. And you're like a different volcano that brings out completely different um like things out of it. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like you would maybe be a volcano that brings gold out of it. I don't know why I keep saying gold, but maybe you have just like a heart of gold. Maybe you have like that Midas touch where everything you touch turns to gold. And then all the other volcanoes have red lava, but you have gold lava that brings coins out of it. I feel like you're magical, pile 3. You're very cosmic too. And you're very strong and resilient, even though you've been through very extreme things in your life. You haven't had the best life, but you still make the most of it. And that makes you incredibly unique because some people go through those life experiences and they never recover from it. They lose all hope for life. And, I've been there. So it's understandable if you go through pain like that, but you're extremely strong and resilient where you can pick yourself back up after that and heal from that, learn the lesson from that with the Hierophant, and then get back up much stronger than before. Your depth makes you unique. Other people may think things are the right way to do things. Look at this raccoon looking at this fake moon, and look at this raccoon looking at the real moon. And it's like, if we had to look at it this way, like maybe both of them are real moons, but like one is saying one is real, whereas the other one is saying no, theirs is real. So I'm feeling this energy of people here in this pile that do things in a very unconventional way, that are very innovative, that bring new ideas, and then other people would be like, this is the right way, quote unquote, right way to do things, but then you do things in a different way. So there's something about that showing up here, and your depth and how you're able to see things from a more intuitive perspective, a more emotional perspective. And like I said earlier, you're able to be vulnerable with your feelings and emotions. Some of you may have traveled somewhere where like you're from a different country with the Chariot, or some of you may have lived in a hometown where you were very unique or different, and then you traveled somewhere else that you felt you belonged more. Something like that's coming through for some with travel. And maybe some of you have like two different cultures, or something like that is coming through. Like, Spirit is showing me as an example my boyfriend, where he's half Thai, half white. So, like, some of you have that, or some of you can like speak multiple languages, or something like that is coming through here. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and I feel like also how you're able to move forward after these challenging moments. Three of Cups, Seven of Cups, Eight of Wands. Yeah, you're able to move forward after these negative scenarios. The Devil, Six of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like you've worked through a lot of things you were holding on to emotionally. A lot of energetic debris emotionally. You've been able to work through that, heal that, alchemize that, and move past it. Move forward. Not hold on to the past. Because some of you have experienced really toxic connections, or people have done really bad things to you here with the Devil that really hurt you in some way. But you're looking towards the future, not towards the past. That makes you incredibly unique in how you're able to still look towards the future and all your wishes and goals, and believe that you can achieve all of them. Believe that that dreams and wishes can come true, even if you've had a past that was not exactly the best. That makes you incredibly unique, because you're going to celebrate the rest of your life. Even if you don't have the things you want now, you still have a lot of gratitude for the life you have right now. And maybe even for the wisdom you have. You have a true gratitude for life. Maybe some of you even have gratitude for the bad moments, because it teaches you to really appreciate the good moments. I'm not saying everyone here thinks that way, but some could. So this is what I have for you, pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!